I got the moves. I got the moves. I'm making moves. You gotta move. You gotta make the city move. Like, whoa. I make the city move. I got the move.
The Memphis Grizzlies are one of the more underrated teams in the NBA. Seeing as they are a small market, their stars never really attract attention, and their success seems to continue to go unnoticed. But now, the Summer League has officially wrapped up, and the Memphis Grizzlies are your champions. After going undefeated, it seems like the squad has an extremely bright future, and I still don't really see anyone talking about it. So in today's video, I will be talking about the Memphis Grizzlies team and why they might surprise us next season and potentially make a playoffs push. If you're new here and enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe for more NBA content. But with that being said, let's talk about the Memphis Grizzlies. The Memphis Grizzlies are coming off a pretty terrible season, and it was the end of an era for them. They went 33-49 for the season, missed the playoffs, and traded their two core guys who had been their main pieces for the last decade pretty much, in Mike Conley and Marc Gasol. It's clear the grit and grind style of play was no longer working for them, and it was time to move on. And the rebuild for them has started off almost perfectly. The Memphis Grizzlies lucked out this offseason by securing the second pick in the NBA draft, with which they drafted Ja Morant. Ja Morant is a perfect replacement for Conley and will be a great young player to start for the Grizz come next season. Ja Morant had a phenomenal college season for Murray State last season, particularly his efforts in March Madness, where he dropped the first triple-double in March Madness since Draymond Green back in 2012. This past college season, he averaged phenomenal numbers of 24.4 points and 10.2 assists per game, the first time a player has averaged 20 plus points and 10 plus assists in NCAA history. With his excellent passing ability and court vision, his explosiveness and crafty finish around the rim, plus more, there should be no question why Ja Morant is the perfect starting block for the Memphis Grizzlies in their rebuild. Another great piece for the Memphis Grizzlies is Jonas Valanciunas. Though he's no all-star, Jonas has been an extremely solid starter over his career, and he's notably improved ever since being traded to Memphis for Gasol at the post-trade deadline. Over his career, Jonas Valanciunas has only ever averaged around 12 points per game, with maybe 8 or 9 rebounds along with that, but ever since he was moved to Memphis in February, his numbers have skyrocketed. He finished the season averaging nearly 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks per game, which is just crazy, and he was doing this at an efficient level too. He shot around 54% from the field, and his fouls per game did not even increase that much, even with more court time. Jonas has proved to be an extremely valuable piece to the Grizzlies core, not only having him on the court, but also off it. His mentorship will help develop Jaren Jackson Jr. and hopefully help him transform into a star player, as well as giving the other young guys some guidance as they begin their professional careers. Again, he's been balling in Memphis, and I can't wait to see some lobs thrown to him by Moran next season. Seeing as I just spoke of Jaren Jackson Jr., let's talk about him again. Jackson had an above average rookie year, but seeing as he plays in Memphis, a lot of his efforts went completely under the radar. He averaged nearly 14 points per game in his rookie season, along with 5 boards, a block, and a steal to add to that too. Seeing as the Grizzlies like how he's been performing, I expect his minutes to be upped a lot more, maybe around the 30 to 35 minute range, and I reckon he could be a candidate for the most improved player. Though he still obviously has a lot to work on, he's still young and has a lot of potential. The duo of him and Morant is enticing, and I'm looking forward to see how he progresses next season. I have high hopes for him. He has shown a ton of promise this past season. Another young player the Grizzlies have is Brandon Clarke, and he was drafted by them a month ago with the 21st pick. He impressed a lot of people this past summer league, averaging 14.6 points, 8.6 rebounds, and 1.6 blocks per game. It impressed people so much in fact that he won the summer league MVP. Obviously, take that with a grain of salt because we've seen how some of the past Summer League MVPs have turned out, like Tyus Jones and Lonzo Ball, but he's shown what he's capable of at the very least. A lot of people were surprised he fell so far down the draft, and he's just proved to everyone why he should have been higher. Again, he's been exceptional to start his career. He was the leader on the Grizzlies Summer League Championship campaign, and you can't hate on his performance whatsoever. He's getting people's attention. I see him becoming a solid role player for the Memphis Grizzlies this next season. It may take time for him to adjust to the NBA, but that's okay. He's shown his potential and what he adds to the already amazing young core of the Memphis Grizzlies. The final two players I want to talk about today are Dillon Brooks and Bruno Caboclo. These two guys aren't anything special, but I do believe they can become extremely solid players for the Grizzlies next season. Dillon Brooks had a great start to his career in the 2017-18 season, where he posted averages of 11 points and 3 rebounds with a steal. He shot 44% from the field and 35% from 3, which is actually pretty decent for a guy drafted in the mid-second round. Unfortunately, Brooks suffered a toe injury after only 18 games last season and had to sit out the remainder of the year, which was disappointing as he had shown a lot of upside and potential just a year before. Now he's coming back fully healthy, and I expect him to be a fantastic rotational player for the Grizzlies. The same goes with Bruno Caboclo. After 3 horrible seasons on Toronto and Sacramento, where he averaged 1.5 points and shot 28% from the field, his game has skyrocketed this past season with the Memphis Grizzlies. His numbers jumped up to 8.3 points and 4.5 rebounds, and he shot 14% better, at about 42%. I don't think this is a fluke either. Bruno just needed someone to give him a shot. Memphis did, and now with these two expecting more game time, I reckon they both can average over 10 points this season on good efficiency, as they are the only solid small forwards on this young Grizzlies team. Overall, I'm extremely excited to see how the Grizzlies fare next season. Their projected starting lineup of Morant, Dillon Brooks at guards, Bruno Caboclo or Josh Jackson at small forward, and Jaren Jackson Jr and Jonas Valanciunas as the big man is a really interesting prospect for me. Though I think they will most likely tank, as it is hard to see them gaining any major success in a loaded Western Conference, I think they do have the potential to win just as many games as last season, if not more, and that will surprise a lot of people. This team's potential is sky high, and I cannot wait to see how they play next season. But that will conclude the video. What do you guys think of this? How good will the Memphis Grizzlies be next season? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe. But with that being said, I am out. Peace.